so hard.
10 more seconds of silence.
All right.
Ryan loves his 10 seconds of silence.
Calm down at the table, please. All right. Welcome to Tales from the Scroll. We are a group of home players who are inviting you to our game table. I'm Kiko, I'm DM, and around the table we have Kit, Zach, Barrett, Ryan, and Chris. So without further ado, let's get started with our story. The world of Aventur is emerging from the Divine Age, roughly 1,000 years without arcane magic. In a cataclysm called the Long Night, the sky turned black for 24 hours, and the flow of arcane power dried up even as clerical magic continued to flourish. The loss of arcane magic created fundamental shifts in society. Some economies collapsed while others rose to the forefront. Simple machines were devised to replace tasks that were once easily accomplished with magic. Among the devout, Divine's magic continued and was seen by many as a damning confirmation that the gods do not approve of the arcane. Just 52 years ago, arcane magic mysteriously returned in a great rush called the Aurora Dawn. New magical creatures and races sprang forth overnight. Eldritch devices coughed back to life. Kingdoms toppled, new regimes emerged, and family dynasties were born as others fell from favor. Many of those who had turned to engineering during the Divine Age began to invent new ways to blend magic and mechanics. Some churches preach the danger of arcane arts and suggest that the return of magic is fiendish in nature. Similarly, certain political regimes attempt to limit the influence of magic by regulating and controlling practitioners through legitimate and illegitimate means. Our story begins in the Hastic Empire, the economic trade center of the world. Situated between the continent of Hodoria to the east and Yorgfell to the west, almost all goods must flow through this wealthy island empire to reach their final destination. The empire is not without its troubles, however. Rivals in Keskia have devised clever airships that threaten the empire's dominance over the world, while the return of magics is creating new economic opportunity. It is also uniting those with shared grievances. At the heart of the Hastic Empire, we find the great city of Lyra, a city that has parlayed its economic power to carve out a unique status of independence, even as a mad queen watches from her palace on the other side of the city wall. It is a special night in Lyra. It is the Feast of Song. As the sun sets, its fading rays glint off the gilded temples and coppery glow of the Eye of Lyra. Magic lamps flicker into existence and snatches of song fill the air. But we're going to focus on a different part of the city. On the edges of the shambles, the citizens of Duke Street shake off the dust from a long day of work. In the absence of magical lanterns, there's a bonfire that some enterprising reveler has lit in the middle of the street. A local pie stand is handing out berry pies to the neighborhood children. And there's a makeshift stage emblazoned with the words, Doctor Beatle's Restorative Pork Jelly. All eyes are on this stage. But Toddy, you can hear the audience rumbling with impatience. Your partner, the marvelous magician Zambor Zeggington, is nowhere to be seen. The crowd is getting impatient, and Dr. Beatle is standing beside the stage, tapping his foot, waiting for you. You really could use the coin he's promised you. What are you going to do?
I'm sure he's going to be back soon. Do I have any idea where he would have gone?
No, you were supposed to meet here. He said he had an errand to run. He was going to meet you here.
This is like the third time he's done this. Okay.
There's a little table with jars of this pork jelly on the side, and you're supposed to sort of shill this pork jelly while you're at it. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks nasty too, by the way.
I could do. I could do something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a woman that cries like, "Come on, get on with it."
Okay. I just grab 2 of the jars and I'm like, can I use these?
Yeah, go ahead, son.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go behind the stage for a second.
Dr. Beatle's gonna get on the stage. She's like, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show that's gonna become sponsored by me, the great Dr. Beatle. This restorative pork jelly will revivify your energy and your spirits. It will heal what ails you. It will make you feel, vigorous again. And without ado...
I'm just behind the stage. Throwing up. Oh, God. Oh, okay. I can do this. I grab the 2 jars and I walk out on stage.
I was like...
Oh, fuck.
It's rumbling in the crowd, but people are supportive. They want you to do well. They're like, clapping. And ready?
And I'm just going to start juggling. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to start juggling these 2 jars of jelly. How big are these? I didn't even bother to ask.
Like a little pot of jelly.
Okay, yeah, it's doable. I'm going to have 2 of them. I'm just juggling.
In the silence, Dr. Beatle's like, 1 spoonful of my jelly will make you feel like you can fly. Keep going.
Go. And then I'm going to take 1, and I'm going to pass it behind my back, and when I do, I'll use minor illusion and create an illusory one so 2 come from behind my back.
Oh,
and I'm going to keep juggling. I'm going to try to make it look like I'm juggling all 3.
You too could have the fine dexterous abilities of this young man. He takes my restorative pork jelly every day.
Oh, God. All right. I'm going to just stop and hold the 2, and I'm going to let the illusory one fall as if it's going to break and then just disappear.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to set one down and open it. I'm going to drink
I want you to roll performance.
Here we go.
Yeah, and then I also want you to roll deception because this shit tastes bad.
Yeah. Okay. So perform it. Oh, that's a good roll. All right. What's my performance?
See how this goes.
It should be high. Performance is +5 for a 23.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, it is amazing. You are looking like you're so dexterous. This is lovely. The crowd is just in awe of your abilities. Feels good.
Okay. And now I gotta roll deception to make it it tastes good.
You just told me you're taking a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink. He cornered me into it, the bastard.
It's like amber and slithery, and it kind of it feels like maybe a slug kind of crawling down your throat.
That's also a +5 for a total of 7.
Yeah, it's roll your constitution. Let's see if you can keep from barfing this back up.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
11.
Okay, you managed to keep it down. You're like, and you think for just a minute, there goes my bonus.
It's just the nerves. Oh, I got it down.
Yeah.
I got it down.
See, this is not only good for you, but it's tasty too. Who would like to buy some of my pork jelly? And he starts come first serve. I have a limited supply.
I'm just gonna take a bow, and then when I stand up, cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, perfect.
And then have Preventa fly off I'm trying to make it look like I turned into a raven and flew away.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah, and with that roll, it worked perfectly. Right. You hear this whoa.
And then they just hear faintly behind the stage.
Yeah, there's a line now forming, and Dr. Beatle's passing this out. He's told you he's going to give you 10% of his proceeds. So
good. Thank God. Oh boy.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh my God.
From the rooftop, watching this, scanning the scene below, there's a dark figure crouched in the shadows. The dawn watches. What are you going to do?
They deserve more than this. They deserve more than these charlatans trying to take their hard-earned money. Money that they work hard for and it just gets sent up to the hills and the castles. They deserve more than this. They need more than this. The city is dark and running cold with injustice. That's why it needs the dawn.
The dawn. Roll your perception.
What a monologue.
I'm gonna have to.
Very Rorschach. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know if I can resist from just calling you the dawn every time.
That's the whole point. 14.
14. Yeah. You see your quarry. You're here for a reason. And you see a shadow slipping along the edges of the firelight that's caused, that flickering edge of shadow that's caused by the bonfire. Megara. You are following someone. From your barracks at the Witchfinders, there was a colleague that received a note, Yorn, and threw it in the fire and ran out. And you've been watching Yorn for a while now. That note had just this intersection on it. And so you've made your way here, keeping an eye out, I assume, for Yorn. And just as you get toward the edge of this common area and this shambles, the rough part of town as you know it, you see the tail end of a black cloak whip around the corner and into an alley.
I follow.
You're gonna follow? Mm-hmm. And the dawn. You see the person you've been waiting for creeping across this open area and heading toward an alley.
So, kind of like jump to the next rooftop to just kind of like keep my space just a little bit until he gets into the alley. Then
Sure, roll your acrobatics, I think. Or athletics, either one.
Let's do athletics.
It's not a big gap.
That would be a 25.
Oh yeah, no problem. You make one of those like big leaps with your cloak, goes flip, 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 flip in the wind. Yeah. Yeah, you have no trouble
All right.
following.
And so I'm just waiting for him to get right into the alley where he's just like a little bit out of sight of people. Then I'm gonna pounce.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that Megara, excuse me, is actually your quarry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Megara, you get to the opening of the alley, and just as you do that, you hear this like roar of the crowd behind you. You've hit the moment at which the magician has disappeared from the stage, and roll your perception to see if you see what's going on down this alley.
7 total.
There's just darkness. You know that they must have gone somewhere down here. But it's darkness.
I'm gonna keep pressing forward.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You make your way down the alley. And you hear... Well, roll your... Let's see what your passive perception is real quick. Got it right here. Yeah. So you can't tell where it's coming from, but you hear a couple voices in the back of the alley. You can't make out exactly what they've said, but there's a discussion happening down there.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
I'm gonna try to listen and get a little bit closer.
Okay,
so
you
I
can
listen.
roll your stealth. You have to get closer.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Awesome.
Woo! Yeah,
There's
you're
that line.
like, you can't see very well. It's really dark down here, and you're walking down, and you kick some trash that's like piled up along the edge of the alley, and there's a scrambling sound like like somebody has like, oh shit, and you hear footsteps.
I'm chasing after them.
Okay. There are footsteps going in two different directions. So two folks meeting. Which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna go to the east or to the west?
East.
East. Okay. So you take off. You, the Dawn, you're watching from above.
Yeah. So she goes west. I'll go east.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow because I can see all that.
The dawn sees everything.
Well, roll your perception. You don't necessarily see it all.
That will be a whopping 11.
Yeah. No. You think they're in the shadows there somewhere, but you don't see them.
Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna hop down into the streets and land like superhero stance, like boom. Then like see if I can hear anything and just go which direction. Because
Okay.
I know Megra's down there, right? Yes. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you've been following her. Yeah.
All right.
You land, and to your left is the front of what looks like a boarded up toy store called Fizzle Spark's Toys, and the F is like to one side. And there's no one here.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoulder charge through the bouldered up door. Just shoulder charge through it. Just
Through what?
through that boarded up door. Just go right in.
Into the store.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta roll your. How quiet are you being? Are you trying to be quiet, or are you just slamming?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So Megra, you hear this like, bing, ling, 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 as like a little bell over the door jangles, from behind you.
I am going to be laser focused on chasing my quarry.
Okay. So you're gonna keep chasing your quarry. All right. So roll your athletics. Let's see if our quarry can get away.
Okay, so 16 plus. Oh no. Sorry. Athletics. 18.
18. Okay. So, yes, you haven't caught them yet, but you see ahead the one that you're following has started climbing the wall up to
going
the top
to-
of the building.
Attack him with my whip to
Okay.
grab his leg.
All right.
My arm blade.
Roll to attack.
21 to hit.
Woo! Yeah, that'll hit. Are you going to...
D4 plus 4.
Mhm.
7 points of damage, and I'm aiming for his ankle to
Like, try and
Stop it
wrap
and
around it.
wrap around his ankle and bring him down.
Okay,
So 7
yeah,
points
yeah,
of
yeah.
damage.
7 points of damage.
Oh wait,
Right.
yeah, 7 points of damage.
Ravinti, you have like flown off, right? Where, well, your raven has made it look like you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're invisible. Where are you gonna go? Like we've got, you
Um,
hear this like tingling from this like really high pitched bell, like down the alley that's right beside your stage. There's a crowd about you. There's all kinds of shops and things that are lined. There's a pie stand giving out free pies. I need to know.
Food sounds awful right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you still have that like coating on your tongue. It just won't
yeah,
like.
just like grease.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Get it off. I don't want to fuck up my gig, so I'm gonna try. Does the toy store look closed or does it look open?
Close. I mean, it looks boarded up.
Okay. I'm gonna go in there to vomit. Because I don't want this guy getting mad at me and the customer's like hearing me throw up and then he doesn't sell as much and then I screw myself out of money.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to go vomit in
Okay.
private.
Okay. You're gonna make your way over there.
Yeah.
All right. So you are making your way over there. We've got Megra, who's you've got your whip around the ankle of this, and now that you're closer, you can tell that this is indeed your colleague, a witchfinder. This is Jorn. What are you gonna? You're gonna try and pull him down.
Yep.
Okay. He's gonna try and kick at your face. So that's gonna be 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. It's not gonna be a lot of damage, but 3 3 points of damage. So he's just like kind of gets you, strikes you across the cheek, and whacks your head, kind of flips back a little.
I'm gonna try to just pull him down.
Okay. What?
It's a nat one.
Oh! Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you try and tugging him. In fact, your whips kind of slithers off of his ankle, and you thought you had him really well, but apparently this guy's a slippery motherfucker. So up the wall, he's gonna use his action to dash. And let's see if he can. Well, he's not gonna attack you again. He's dashing. So he's using his action to dash, so he can try and get up the wall and away from you. And he does. He's up on the roof now. He looks down. He's like, "Is that you, Megara? You bitch!"
I'm wearing a mask though.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I
You're
have my
okay.
mask on. So it's
Okay.
my wolf mask.
Oh, it's your wolf mask.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. He's gonna look down and he's been like, "A fucking werewolf!" And then he's gonna turn on his tail and run. I mean, he's gotta have an excuse, right?
Yeah. I throw my whip and I just kick the fucking wall. I'm pissed.
All right.
I'm kind of throwing my mini temper tantrum.
As you're throwing your mini temper tantrum, I need everyone who is within range of the front door of Fizzle Spark's toys to roll a dexterity saving throw. Because
Am I within range of that?
you are not. You two are not.
Okay.
We're going to get to you guys, I promise.
Okay.
I've not forgotten you. There is
Oh, boy.
a huge explosion of fire that erupts from the front door, shattering the windows, kind of ripping off some of the wood from the boarded up windows. Glass is flying.
I got 13 plus my dex saving throw 19.
Okay, so you're gonna take half damage.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Thank goodness, because
So
I've got a 4.
Oh! All right.
Not for just anything built. Doesn't do a thing. It is just for appearance.
No.
You are right. A great injustice has been served.
Oh, you guys, I love you. I really don't want to kill you in the first thing, but you know what? It might happen.
This is a thing that could
I
happen.
like the new characters. So.
No, oh god, no.
The
dust.
The
dust.
I'm the Dawn Joker brother.
But the dawn always comes back.
All right, so those of you who did not save take 22 points of damage.
Was that me with a
Jesus
14
Christ.
and did not save?
Yes.
So I take 11 points of damage.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, that would've
37
killed
minus
me.
11 is...
Put me in
Dear.
contact.
Still up.
Welcome to my game.
Man, you guys are still up?
All right.
Man, my character's weak. I'm gonna be dead already.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and now there's like little smoldering flames coming up from all around the shop. And coming out, you guys are in the front of the shop. You had just started to open the door, and it's a little chime. You were heading that direction. You were very close to coming in. You were right down the street. Coming out of the flames is a small kobold and a goblin, and they are covered in blood. The goblin is dragging the kobold, and they just look terribly, terribly hurt. What the fuck was that? I don't know, but I don't think I'm gonna make it, friend. You'll make it, hang on. And they're like dragging out of this store.
Which one looks more hurt? Are they both equally hurt? Which one's being dragged? The
The
kobold.
kobold is being dragged, yeah.
I'm
He
just
looks
gonna, like,
terribly hurt.
I'm gonna get up and like dust myself over, like, citizen, I can help you. And I'm gonna run up and like touch him and give him a cure wounds.
Excellent. Excellent. How many points?
1d8 plus 2, so that would be a whopping 3.
Woohoo!
So
Well,
well
hey.
today.
Hell yeah.
It's good. It's
An
good.
NPC. 3s is like max hit points.
Yes.
There's somebody in there who might be more hurt than us.
Okay, what do they look like?
The dark clothes. I don't know them. They're wearing like dark clothes and bloody mess.
All right, my goblin friend, get your friend to safety. I'm gonna run in there and take care of this.
Come on, friend. I'm gonna take you to Dr. Glow. And the goblin starts dragging this, or sort of not dragging, but kind of half carrying his kobold friend with him.
And I'm running in to see if I can find that person.
You're gonna run in. What are you gonna do?
I'm in all fours throwing up.
You're out. This has been a bad day, man.
I'm pretty sure whatever I just drank is actual poison. And on top of that, I was very nervous. I was already throwing up. And now I'm concussed. So,
Yeah. Preventa flies down from.
oh, thank God she's okay.
Yeah, she flies down and lands on your shoulder and starts sort of tugging at your ear, like,
Just
come
dry
on,
heating.
come on. What do you do?
So I am going to sneak back to the Witchfinder's barracks. I'm going to use the chaos to just kind of disappear.
Okay. As
everyone goes crazy, I'm just going to try to use the chaos to go back
okay.
and disappear.
Yeah, roll your perception. Let's see if you see Megra.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
And if you're trying to hide from the dawn, yeah, roll your. I can't help it.
Don't
I know.
from the dawn.
That's the point. My perception is 5 plus, so that's a 7.
I got a 10.
Woo, close.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. So, you're gonna slip away. Oh.
I got it.
Okay.
We figured it out.
All right, so you're gonna head back to the barracks. All right. So, you find
Okay.
a dead human. Blood, like clearly whoever this person was, they were the one who triggered the fireball that came blowing out of this building. They took the full brunt of it and are crumpled on the floor in a bloody heap. It's a human wearing dark robes with like a little bit of silver edging on the bottom and along and you recognize this uniform. Underneath is, black oiled leather. It's now, burned and singed. There's no hair left on this body. It's not recognizable, really. It's crispy, but it definitely, from the clothing, you can tell where this person came from, at least, or what their profession is.
Which they're the city watch people.
A witchfinder.
Witchfinder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna lean up to him. Just be like, evil deeds sometimes have evil ends. I don't know what happened here, but I'm gonna find out. And if you need vengeance, or if I need to do vengeance upon you or those you're with, know that the dawn will deliver it. And I slowly close it. Keep in mind, nobody's there. I'm just saying this.
Well,
to
Ratati's there.
Oh,
Ratati's there
but
in the
I
doorway,
don't know
heaving
that
and
yes.
barfing.
To me,
as
I'm
you,
just saying it to myself.
I don't hear it though. My ears.
Yo, right, yeah.
And I'm just like, and so I just reach up with 2 fingers and close his eyes, and then I proceed to search his body to see if I can get any other clues.
Yeah.
I think it's better that you can't hear it, but you just see him over this body.
Yeah,
talking.
I see his mouth. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, really, your ears are ringing from
Yeah.
the fireball anyway. You can't really hear much, but yeah, so you can't hear him spontaneously monologuing.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of opportunity later.
What do you mean? Oh, yes.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah, so he's got the typical, like, what you know is a typical equipment that a witchfinder has. So a bottle of holy water, which is shattered now, but you recognize the lid that's left. A dagger with a little bit of silver edging on it, and like the robe and sash, and then a little pouch with coins. He's got like 3 or 4 gold in there. But you don't find like any like telltale piece of paper or note or something like that.
Like
yeah.
triggered the explosion. He just.
Oh well, I mean, he is laying. So this shop. Let me tell you about the interior of the shop because we're kind of all action. The interior of the shop, which is now badly burned, is. It looks like it was like a functioning toy shop that was probably just shut. Like, not like you think of, like if you see a boarded up building, you expect the interior to be empty. But there are actually toys lining the walls. This is not the best part of town. These are not toys that like the noble kids are gonna buy. They're like rudely crafted dolls, spinning tops, hoops, that kind of thing. But the walls are still lined with shelves that have toys on them. Some of them have, of course, fallen off and broken on the floor with this explosion. There's a counter with a register on it and a jar that is now shattered but has little candies like scattered around and falling onto the floor. And the body is situated. There's a yellow curtain that is now like half existing. There's like a hole burned right through it. And behind the yellow curtain is a brass door. Okay. And this brass door has 3 intricately detailed panels on it that look as though they're completely untouched by the fire. The top panel is this field of golden wheat growing, and it's just gorgeous in the sunlight. The middle panel is a verdant forest with just deep greens, and you can see like maybe like a little fox peeking out from behind a tree, just an intricate detail. And then the bottom one is a sky with a single cloud floating in it. And it's just a beautiful azure day with like in the height of summer. And then in the very middle, there's like a tray, almost like, those trays that you have on whiteboards, like, a little tray. And rolling in that tray or settled in that tray are some marbles of different colors, of primary colors. So red, yellow, and blue.
Just three marbles in that tray? Okay.
Or no, there's
lots.
There's like 9 marbles, but they're 3 of each color.
Okay. And so the little things that are on the door, do they have spots for the marbles?
There's a tiny hole in the center of each panel.
Okay. I think he's gonna look at this, and I think he's gonna try and put some marbles in the holes.
Okay.
Because why not? So he's gonna look at. They're really lucky. What color marbles are there? I should say.
Red, yellow,
just red, yellow,
and blue. Primary colors.
That's it? Okay. So he's gonna put the yellow one in the top, the red one in the middle, and the blue one at the bottom. See what that does.
Okay, so you put the yellow in the top, and you hear click, 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 shh, work, chunk. And you put the yellow in the middle, and you hear click, 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 and you hear the sound of almost like gas going through a pipe, like a shh.
Okay.
And then click, 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 click. What are you gonna do?
I am going to back up. I'm gonna see if I can get as far away as I can at this point. I'm just gonna back up a little bit.
As you back up, you see that there is a young man heaving and throwing up on the floor, directly like in line with this door.
Okay, I'm gonna say, "Citizen, run!" And I'm gonna run at him. And if he doesn't move, I'm just gonna tackle him out the way.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Do I see him?
Do you see?
Him.
Yeah, I mean he's yelling "Citizen" and he's running at you like.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you have to roll perception for that. Like.
No, it wasn't me.
I'm a large.
It wasn't me.
I'm a
large fetal position.
Okay, so you're gonna like
Like
launch at him,
freezes?
like roll him out of the way,
I'm
or
just straight up like middle linebacker, just boom, right through him, take him out the door, and get him as far away as possible.
all right, throw your athletics.
That's funny.
That 20. Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah. So you like scoop him up and take off through the door. And as you come out the door, you see that people have started like come toward the front of this shop.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, and we're gonna pause there for a moment, and I'm gonna move to you guys. So you are, it's the. Is it too hot in here?
No,
Okay.
stressed.
I'm tired already.
Yeah, I was like, that door better not do anything, man. I got 9.
When you start doing the marbles, I'm like, oh shit. TPK, first game.
Whatever.
Okay, so you are not festival people, really. I mean, are you festival people? Are you out among the party goers, or are you sitting in your doctor's office sipping tea?
Well, hold on. So this is happening outside my office?
Yeah, so your office lines this Duke Street area. You've got, oh, I'm sorry. Got this.
Was Doctor Beatle's presentation loud?
Sure.
So I could have heard it from my apartment?
Oh, yeah.
I was taking notes.
Okay, so you're like.
I have every intention of, like, once the crowd parts, of tracking down Dr. Beatle and asking him questions about his magical. Hold on, I wrote it down. Restorative pork jelly. Yeah, I am skeptical.
No, it's great.
So it's outside of the middle of the town, and I'm with him.
Yeah, so
Also
your place is in the Shambles.
Mm-hmm.
You both have offices there. Yours is kind of down an unnamed alley that's kind of off to one side, and I mean, it doesn't look like anybody lives there, frankly. But you do have a little sign out front that shows that you're open for business. And your place is a little bit nicer. I mean, it's still the Shambles, though.
I mean, I've made it nice on the inside, as to the best of my ability.
Can, right? To the best of your ability. But you do have. What do you call your place? What does the sign say?
So the sign, it says, Dr. Anton Ayerson, wizard, physician, spellmonger.
Excellent. All right. Well, you hear you're taking notes, and then, of course, you both hear this large explosion. I assume you're together, as you often are.
Yeah, he's here on a social call. What are you discussing today?
Just general ruckus about the city.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Any patients you've seen recently that are interesting?
I don't know. Well,
Let's
Yeah,
take a
that's what we're
moment to
discussing.
introduce your characters,
Yeah.
because so Ryan, would you describe your character?
I'm Dr. Glow. I mean, it's kind of all in the title. I am a school of conjuration wizard. I treat the patients of this area. I strategically place myself here because nearby is, what was it called? The Beggars Guild.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't charge anybody for my services. I accept donations, so this clinic is here by the grace of the goodwill of the people that, want a free doctor.
So what do you look like? How do you dress in like?
Yeah, no, so I'm kind of tall, broad-shouldered, short-cropped blonde hair, I've made it as nice as I could while still keeping it nice and tight.
Okay. Nice and tight.
Yeah, usually wearing either a lab coat or a nice suit, or just sometimes I'll wear something silly for kids.
Okay.
Right now though, I'm probably just in my loungewear, because I'm in my apartment and relaxing. I'm getting worked up by Doctor Beatle though.
So Xerxes, yes.
Yeah. So we're sitting, just sitting down talking about things. So I'm very interested in what Dr. Glow says, and I'm asking about the different patients he's come through, because I'm a private eye, so I want to find people that maybe came in here because injustice was done, and I want to go investigate it and find it so I can get justice for them. The people who can't could normally go to the authorities because they just don't have the means to do so.
And what do you look like?
I am emerald eyes, dark red skin. I have these black horns that come out. I'm in dark brown to studded leather from head to toe, dark brown leather boots, and then I have contrasting a brighter brown kind of trench coat, like a private eye trench coat. And I'm just hunched over, just stroking my beard, looking. And I also have this twitch. I always am like moving my finger or tapping something as I'm just intensely listening to everything Dr. Glow is saying.
Intensely listening. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Restorative jelly. Absolutely absurd. Makes you feel you can fly. What do you suppose that means? That it's euphoric? It's pork jelly. That man was ready to vomit.
So as you are like going on your rant,
Listening to him rant, yep.
this is when the explosion happens.
Yeah.
So what do you do when the explosion happens?
I immediately look out my window. I'm like, what the hell?
I'm very intrigued. Do I know what direction it came from?
Yes, everybody knows what direction it came from. It came from the old toy shop. Well, it's not that old. It's been closed for about a month and a half. And as you look out the window, you see Grimble the goblin dragging Bettina, who is a kobold. They both live in the neighborhood, out of the shop.
I immediately run to get my med kit and just head out to the street.
I want to get a bird's eye view. So the shop, are there buildings near the shop that are, have a pretty decent perch to like look about, like down, and so you get more of a bird's eye view?
This is the shambles. Every building is about 2 stories high. They're crammed together tightly. There's no, there's a couple alleys, and where there aren't alleys, the buildings are touching. There's no point in wasting money in building 2 walls when you can just have 1 wall between them. So everything is rickety and kind of leaning on each other. You get this feeling like if anybody were to even take a single toothpick out of the shambles, the whole thing would crumble. So yes. However, from experience that the roofs are not in the best shape. There's always a chance of falling through and landing in somebody's apartment.
Sure.
So,
I'm gonna look and I'm gonna kind of reject that idea and just go with Dr. Glow. I'm gonna help Dr. Glow actually get some whatever medical supplies you need.
all right.
Okay, cool.
If you need help getting stuff.
So yeah, no, I'm running, to my stairwell. I'm like, Nico, come on, we have patients. And I'm going down to my clinic, grabbing my medical kit, and he's asking for help. It's like, come help me move this stretcher. We have to go.
All right. So you guys grab your stuff. Nico's following behind, okay, I'm coming. And you head out into the streets. It's chaos. I mean, people are screaming. People are running for cover. Dr. Beatle is scooping up his jars into a bag and looking both ways and getting ready to take off. You've got people heads down. Some kids are crying. There's blood coming out of one woman's ears from just the concussive force of the explosion. But what really gets your attention is, of course, Grimble and Bettina who are coming across the courtyard, I guess would be the best way, or the commons area, and then bursting out of the front of the shop is this
very manly and heroic.
Describe what you look like.
Okay, so the Don, he's around 7 feet tall.
Holy shit.
About 300 and some change, but just 2% body fat, just straight up a behemoth of human.
Sir, you have a vitamin deficiency.
But
Sorry, Dr. Beatle,
he has on dark black armor that's kind of like just smoky. It's just like dark on dark with a big cape.
Yeah.
And he has his helm on all the time that has like an articulated jaw. So when he talks, you can see his mouth move, but you can't really see who he is. That way he never has to take his mask off, so he just has it on all the time to like eat and drink. He just has his mask on all the time. So yeah, he comes running out with a man here and his arms just like.
Yeah,
Have a
it's just
question.
like, yeah.
I'm looking for whoever I think was the best witness. Like, I'm looking to try to say, okay, was anyone here, like, clearly, like, engaged in what actually happened to this building? And I see them busting out. Do I recognize the Dawn?
Yeah, I mean, you've worked together in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
And he's coming out of the scene of the crime.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, and
coming
he's,
out of-
and in his arms, he's like cradling this
I'm a
young man. What do you look like besides being singed?
Skinny white kid, about 19 or 20. His hair was like sandy, dirty blonde. Is now mostly gray from the ash.
Yeah.
Wearing very kind of patchwork, like simple leather armor with what were probably at one time nice clothes, but like the equivalent of Goodwill. You know, there's a couple of holes in them. You're like, wow, that was probably a really nice shirt once. And now it's just stained and has a couple of holes in it. And is currently dry heaving
Right.
with a little bit of blood coming out of his ear.
And he's got a raven who is like sort of circling above and kind of landing for a moment on the Dawn and kind of like sort of pecking at him and then running off again before you can, like, your hands are full. You can't do much. So he's like, yeah. He's not hurting you, just pestering you.
Yeah.
She isn't.
I know, I'm going to run up to the Dawn and immediately start inquiring about the scene. Like, so I'm literally like, I help you, put
So
your
he's
stuff
running
down.
towards me.
I'm running toward the Dawn.
And I'm just like yelling, back away! Everyone back away! This is not a safe place to be. The Dawn commands it.
We're gonna pause upon the Dawn's command. Megara, you are like taking off back toward the barracks. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go all the way
I
back?
take my mask off once I'm away and I find a secluded corner. I stuff it in my bag and I'm just going shit. And I look back and I hear everybody screaming and I'm like,
Yeah, your friend Dr. Glow. You can see him running across.
Help the wounded!
And you can see your friend the Dawn carrying like this like poor limp guy. I'm like this poor limp character in his arms.
I have to be better than them. I have to be better than them. And I turn around and I start going back to help. And I run over to Dr. Glow and I say, what happened?
There was an explosion. I don't know what happened. Help me with this goblin and this kobold.
And so I start talking to the goblin and I speak
And
in
me.
goblin and ask him what happened.
You know, Bettina and I, we bought the shop not that long ago. We're going to start our own shop. It's going to be Spoggins, because, you know, she's Bettina Stroggins and I'm Grimble Spunk.
This is the goblin? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I put my hand on the goblin's shoulder and I say, we don't have time for this. You are critically injured. You need to go to the clinic right now.
I
and
start
proffer this
escorting them.
To the,
Yeah. How small is he?
he's like 3.5 feet tall.
Can I do
He's-
a athletics check to see if I can carry him to the clinic?
Yeah.
That'll be an 18.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Oh, could somebody, make sure the door's locked. And you're looking back and, like, there's, like, no door really.
Right.
My friend, I don't think we really have to worry about that now, do we? The door's gone.
But we just,
That's
I
not-
don't think we,
There's not going to be a shop if you don't live to see it.
We don't have time for this. Please get on the stretcher.
Fine,
You
fine.
should not be
She's
walking.
I'm
carrying
just going to carry him.
yeah.
What about, and then the other one?
Yeah, the other one's on the stretcher.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
she'll lay down. Thank you, Dr. Glow.
You're welcome.
I'll
Please,
get them
let's
to the
go.
clinic.
And yeah, so let's go.
All right. So, the Dawn, are you going to carry your injured passenger to the...
I'm gonna run till I feel like it's safe, and then I'm gonna like And I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay, citizen?"
That guy owes me money.
All right.
He owes me money.
All right. Hold still.
I want to.
Hold still,
observing.
citizen.
I'm observing. When he says he owes me money, who's he pointing to?
He's
I am
pointing
pointing
toward
it.
Dr. Beetle.
Who I imagine is now just
Yeah.
thrown up the side of his wagon.
Yep, exactly.
So someone has wronged you, sir?
No, you gotta pay me.
So you see, Dr. Beetle's got like a bag full of jars. He's kind of got and like what looks like sort of like a wheelbarrow. He's got that there. He's like rolling up the sign on the front of the stage as fast as he
I
can.
can see this guy. from
Stuffing
where
it
I
in
am.
the yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna sit you down for a second. I'm gonna run and grab Dr. Beetle.
Ow.
Unhand me, ruffian!
Excuse me, sir. You owe this young man money.
Roll your intimidation.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
using a closer listening.
Okay.
And actually, while he puts him down, I'm going to try to ask, now what happened here?
What?
What happened?
Building exploded.
16.
16?
Yep.
I have what? Who?
This young man on the ground over here that's talking very loudly. You owe him money.
Yes, you're right. And he starts digging through his, and he gives you like, he's like, here. And he hands you a jar of golden stuff and then jelly. And then he also digs a little bit further and he's like, here. And he just like throws a little pouch with some, it kind of makes a chinking sound as it lands on your hand.
Okay.
I must go.
This better be a fair wage. What is your name, sir?
Dr. Beetle.
All right, Dr. Beetle. This isn't the right. Remember, the dawn always rises. And I just walk away. And my cloak billows as I walk away.
But have you thought about a career in marketing?
I'm not even paying attention. I'm walking away, and I come back and I like drop the things in front of him. I'm like, here he goes, citizen.
Ow.
Sorry,
Okay.
do you need healing, sir?
Yep.
I'm just gonna reach out and cure him. I'm gonna cure wounds him too. So,
All right.
And
So
I look at Dawn, I'm like, he needs a doctor.
well, I can do this just to help him for right now.
No, I don't have a dog.
That would be 9 points.
No, I don't have a
Buddy.
dog.
9 points of healing. Look at that. Halfway.
oh, you came close.
How's it now?
yeah.
Now that you've mended him, I suggest we take him to Dr. Glow.
That sounds great. Why don't you take him to Dr. Glow? We still need to make sure everyone's safe. I'm gonna do a quick scan to make sure everything.
Yeah.
Nothing blew up in there, right?
No, I mean everything is no. You heard this like,
Nothing hit this thing. Okay.
and then it seems to have stopped. So
Okay. All right. I think everything's safe here. So let's take him to Dr. Glow. Get him.
I'm gonna tuck that little pouch of money into my shirt. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any money. Okay, no doctor.
Dawn,
I don't have any money.
Dawn's taking him to Dr. Glow.
yeah.
Okay, I want to actually go into the burning building and investigate.
Okay. So who's going into Dr. Glow's office? Raise your
I'm
hand,
taking
please.
the goblet.
Yes, me.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna take him.
yes. And yes. Okay. All right. So first we're going to describe Dr. Glow's office, and then we'll come back to you. So.
Yeah, so I have a waiting room, I have an examination room, I also have on the second floor a ward. Given that there was a literal explosion, I'm taking everyone to the ward.
Okay. So which is upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're kind of limping up this. The dawn, you may need to help people get up the stairs.
Oh,
just saying.
absolutely.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Upstairs. There's stairs in the way. It's kind of hard to bring people in here.
I really want to get an elevator installed at some point. I've heard about them and they're very nifty, but they're also very expensive.
This is not ADA compliant.
So I have a solution. I have a great solution, which is to use Mage Hand to lift the other side of the stretcher while I do the bottom. Because Mage Hand doesn't.
It can't. No.
doesn't
No.
work like
10
that.
pound max.
Okay, so never
Not
mind.
even that. Yeah.
Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you
floating
need.
disc.
There you
Here we
go.
go.
You use Tensor's floating
I
disc.
use
Okay.
Tensor's floating disc.
In the
That'll.
form of a stretcher.
But
Yeah.
I don't usually use that unless I'm taking people to the ward. But anyways, yeah, so I use Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
And I I, moved everything
Yeah, right, okay.
over.
So you
Onto it.
come into this room and it's bare. I mean, it's threadbare, but it's like clean. It's taken care of. It's clearly a doctor's office. It's just a doctor's office in the shambles. So
Spanish flu style. patients.
yes, they're like 6 beds lining the walls, and each one has like a thin sheet on it and a little blanket, and you're gonna like lay everybody out there. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna get everybody onto their own bed, and I'm trusting Nurse Nico to triage while I'm assessing the most critically injured patient.
Sure. So Nurse Nico can do like basically keep people from bleeding out. Yeah. I don't think anybody's in that state at this point, but they'll put Band-Aids on people and ointments and things like that. What do you?
Yeah. So I'm going in to investigate this burned building. There's a lot of crowds running around, right?
Oh yeah.
And then I, dealt with them. I come into the burned building, I'm a little like nervous, and then when I get in the building away from the crowd, I'm like, and I take out Matilda, which is my magnifying glass, and I just stroke it.
Oh, he named
I'm
his
like,
magnifying.
Matilda.
Can I tap it? And I start investigating around for any clue at all. I want to literally scan this building for at least a good 15 minutes. As long as no one interrupts me, I'm gonna be in there looking over I'm gonna investigate that as much as I
I've
can.
done this before.
Okay.
We'll find the stuff with the little blue paw print on it.
Well, yeah.
Keep an eye out for a dog.
Sometimes
That's
I
the stuff.
look at
They
something.
could be pink or blue.
That's true. Magenta leaves clues too.
Sometimes I look at something, I'm like, and I tap my magnifying glass and look a little closely, making sure.
Okay. Roll your investigation.
Excellent. My investigation is +7.
What?
17.
Damn. Yeah. So there are a couple details that you notice in this room. First of all, you notice that the till is empty, that it's open and empty. But yeah, it's hard to tell you. You can't say when that happened, but it is open and empty. You looking around the room. This place does not, to your sense, it doesn't look like a place that somebody packed up and left. It everything looks like the shop could have opened again. It's thick with dust, but it certainly doesn't look like somebody had moved out.
Mm-hmm.
From the candy on the counter to the toys still lining the walls.
Candy on the counter? Can I take one?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a little it's
It's
yeah, it's a little burn. The paper, it's it's got a little sooty flavor to it, but
I don't
it's sweet.
actually eat it, I just lick it, see if it gives me any clues.
It's sweet.
Okay. Any specific flavor or just sweet?
Strawberry.
Alright, cool. Awesome. Awesome. But it's like burnt strawberry.
Yeah, yeah. You can tell it's artificial flavoring. It's not the good stuff.
It's not good.
Yeah, right.
It's wetchy process.
And then there's this yellow curtain across what you would have thought would go into a back inventory room or something, and then there's the brass door with the 3 images on it.
Alright. And could you describe this?
Sure. The top image is of a golden wheat field. The middle image is of a verdant forest, and the bottom image is of a clear sky with a single cloud.
Alright. And do I see the same marbles? Or
Yep, the marbles in the tray. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he put 2 in actually, right? So do I actually see the color he put in the last one?
Yeah, all the marbles are there.
Okay.
And you'll, as you see, there's a little hole where the tray is. There's a hole at one side of the tray where it looks like maybe the marbles would roll out and return to the tray.
And this is just like a box. Can I take the whole box with me? Is it something I can carry?
The box of the marbles with the marbles.
The box with the 3 symbols, or is it
No, it's part of the door.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the door. It's a panel door that has those insets with molding around them, except within each inset is this image. And then there's the hole in the middle of each image.
I'm intrigued. I want to put the marbles, but can I specifically investigate for traps, or is that included in my 17? On this, specifically for this? I
This
wanna
you need to
invest-
specifically investigate for traps.
Can I do that right now? Just because I might try to see what happens. But I got a 15.
It is definitely trapped.
Okay.
In fact, the body at your feet, which I forgot to mention, is a pretty clear indication that there's a trap. And as you look down at this body with that, 15, yeah, there's just a body there laying right kind of in front of the door, burned to a crisp.
Okay. Can I use detect magic for the duration? I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action and see what auras are visible, including detecting their school, if possible.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
So, you detect the whole door glows, and you detect evocation as being the primary. There may be other spells layered, but that's the strongest spell that's on there.
And before I leave, first can I search for the cause? These are the specific ones. For the cause of the explosion, if I can find,
I mean, you're pretty sure it's this trap door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and outside, no one's coming near the building, right? They're all.
No, I mean,
seeing the
people are
painting
standing.
going on.
There are a few people that are standing around, sort of staring at it. And you know that maybe the city watch will show up, but probably not. I mean, this is the shambles. There's a freaking wall they built around the shambles because they knew it was likely to burn, and rather than solve the problem, they're just let's build a wall around it so if it burns it doesn't get to the rest of the city. That's how the shambles is treated.
Alright, I'm gonna go dash back. I'm gonna be dash back to Dr. Glow's, preferably going at the back so the crowd doesn't see me.
Okay.
And I'm dashing because I want to go, so to make sure no one interrupts the crime scene, I want to go and get Dawn, come back and have him do the door because I don't want to risk being evocated and dying. So I want someone stronger to come and try to open the door. So I'm going to go ask him. So my goal was to dash so that, try to get there as fast as possible so the crime scene's not messed up so I can get back and do it. Without anyone, the crowd or the police coming in. And
Okay, well, we'll see how that plays out when you get there.
Yep.
So you're going to dash back. Those of you who are in Dr. Glow's office, Grimble and Bettina are anxious to get somebody to secure their building.
Listen, Grimble,
Yes.
what matters now, if you don't live, there's nobody to open the shop. You understand? So quite frankly, none of us are quite worried about it.
But no, there is. There is. You don't understand.
Mrs. Grimble? Or
What? This is Grimble.
Grimble. Wait, is Grimble the goblin or the kobold?
Grimble's a goblin.
Grimble's the goblin.
Yeah.
I'm
You don't understand.
Grimble, my associates are investigating right now as we speak, I promise. In the meantime, I need you to answer all of my questions.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me your full name?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, grab it.
Grimble.
If I look it up.
She's concussed, so.
Let me pull up my ID.
Yeah,
And that's part of it. I'm assessing how concussed
Yeah,
she is by asking
he is,
simple
yeah.
questions.
Grimble Spunk, you know me.
Grimble Spunk.
You know me, Dr. Glow. I mean,
Yes, I do know you. I need to know what you know right now because you were literally in an explosion.
yes, I was.
So
It was very bad.
I'm assessing how concussed you are.
Very.
If I have one gold piece, how many silver pieces is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I didn't know before either.
Can you tell me where you live?
Yes.
Where?
I live in the boarding house down the street.
Great. Can you tell me what city you live in?
Lyra.
Can you tell me what year it is?
Yes.
What year is it?
Oh, shit. Man, you're so
How dare you use your EMT training in D&D? That's not fair.
the fuck with the DMC. I do know what day it is, though.
I'll tell you what, in real life though, there's EMTs and England are struggling with it. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
going, who's the ruler? They're going, Queen Elizabeth.
So
There is no
is
Queen
no.
of England.
And that's actually King Charles III. They go, what?
yeah.
We get to the right
You know,
mind.
that is a challenge anywhere whenever something like that happens recently,
Okay.
especially with an elderly person.
Yeah.
It's Darth Maul, the 25th.
Fantastic. And then is that the accurate date?
Yeah.
I'm asking DM.
Yes.
How old are you?
That's rude.
I'm
Did
20.
you say that out
Lady
loud?
their age.
I'm gonna ask you how old you are in a minute.
I'm 28.
28.
I don't have, you know.
And then I'm just, you know, I don't want to
Yes.
ask this. I'm sure I can just figure
Yeah.
this out looking male or female, or
Male.
male. Okay. I'm gonna do a full medical examination, and then
I don't. That tickles.
Yes. Listen. Okay. You could be bleeding out
I-
internally,
I
and we
hurt.
wouldn't know, and you could just
Roll
die.
your medicine.
He says, that's not necessary. If he's bleeding, I look at Dr. Glow actually very confused, and I'm like, Dr. Glow, if he's bleeding internally, isn't that a good thing? That's where the blood's supposed to be.
I don't even bother to answer. I rolled a 23.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely hurt, but nothing he won't heal from naturally or with your help.
Right,
But
okay.
yeah.
Cool. So now I'm just gonna ask him questions to assess how hurt he is.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So lucky you, because you've just been in an explosion. That means you get the good
A
stuff.
sucker.
No, even better.
Cody!
Opioids?
I go to my medicine
Opioids.
cabinet and I conjure a syringe, and I just conjure what I believe.
Oh, wait, what? Yeah.
Grimble, would you
Grimble?
like to hold my hand and
Yes.
squeeze?
Thank you.
Thank you, Meg.
Okay.
Listen, Grimble, this is quite literally the safest syringe in the world. Do you know how I know that?
It's not the syringe I'm afraid of.
What are you afraid
The
of?
needle.
Okay. The needle will disappear as soon as I'm done. And it will take 2 seconds.
I would prefer to disappear before, but I'm hurt, so go ahead.
I feel much better. And then I'm trying to find the right vein
Yeah.
that I need. And then,
Okay.
I
With that
inject it.
roll, no problem.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I give him I administer codeine.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I trust that he'll just fucking relax.
We
And
could,
so
yeah.
And then I'll move on to the next one.
And do the same.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, and that's
well,
Bettina.
I want to question
Bettina?
The cult.
Yeah.
Bettina?
Bettina.
Bettina.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some folks call me Betty, but it's not okay. Some folks call me Betty, but it's not okay.
Betty, okay.
I prefer Bettina.
Bettina.
Yes.
How old are you?
Oh well, I think I hatched about 18 years ago.
18 years old. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes. I'm quite wise. We are the elders.
Were you also in the explosion with your friend Grimble?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
I mean, look at me.
You know, that's a good point. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. What are her clothes like? What condition?
Yeah, so Bettina's wearing like a little like a dress with a what looked like maybe had an apron on it, which is now in pretty bad shape. And she is burned all over. She does not look as badly hurt as Grimble now because somebody healed her.
What
and,
percentage of her skin is burned?
Oh, good lord, about like 20%.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
But it's also dragon scales, so like I mean
That's
you know
also a
she's
point.
pretty leathery tough.
You
So.
know, taking that into account, I probably, from a medical standpoint, would say it's not so bad.
She's not going to shock
I'm
or
assessing
anything.
her
so.
pain. Like, is it like?
This is a new version of D&D. It's the medical
It's the
drama.
medical drama. Yeah.
Welcome to Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, right.
Season 32.
Close anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh.
Well,
Shonda Rhimes.
That made me Dr.
you know what? I'm just gonna use the medical kit on it. There we go. Makes her have the ability to use a hit die to heal right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And she will do that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that that's taken care of, yeah. Grimble is like, somebody now that we've got that out of the way, will somebody please go and secure my shop? Our shop.
As I said.
Our shop.
As I've said, 2 of my associates are doing that right now.
Is anybody proficient in history?
Oh, I'm sure I am. Is it intelligence?
Confident, isn't it? I am proficient in history.
Okay.
Oh yeah, of course I'm jack of all trades, but I'm kind of
Okay.
proficient in everything. But I have a +5, so I am also proficient.
Those of you who are proficient in history, please roll.
I got 15.
Okay.
Uh, 13.
Okay, Xerxes, you know, like you've lived in this city long enough to know that
Wait, am I even there? Am I present during this history check, actually?
Oh, you were
I was,
not.
dashing to Dr. Glow's office. I didn't know if I got back.
You're
during
probably
the
not back yet. Yeah.
whole- Okay, I didn't know
'cause,
how long the
you're
medical
doing-
examination actually took.
As long as your investigation took.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's fine then. Yeah, so you're coming in,
Okay.
just as he's talking about, it's our shop. So you've lived in the city long enough to know that goblins and kobolds both are only sort of they're citizens of the city, but they don't have all of the rights of every other citizen. So they're not supposed to own property, and they don't have voting rights, but otherwise they're supposedly equal status. They tend to make up the largest portion of the working class, or the servant class is really the better way to put it.
The servant class can't.
Only landed folk.
Right. Right. There's a reason why those two are put together. But Grimble just said that he just bought a piece of property.
When it says our property, if I'm coming in and I hear that and know this, I'm immediately going to ask him whose property. Who are you referring to when you say our?
I am the first landowning goblin in the city of Lyra. And I'm the first landowning kobold.
Wow.
Can I roll it?
You are looking at history being made right now,
I-
which is why I need that shop secured.
Well, I'm honored to be standing in front of someone so important.
I am rather important, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. That's
Like,
that.
kind
That's groundbreaking.
His poor wounded self puffs up his chest.
So, yeah, we convinced the local magistrate that we can own property in the shambles now.
Wait, hold on. Historically, what has property been like in the shambles?
It's the
called
same.
the shambles.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
but like nobody actually owns anything there.
Oh yeah, people own stuff in the shambles.
Okay.
Why wouldn't they?
As much as you can defend.
Can I investigate if they look like they're the spellcasting class would be advanced in like arcane or any kind of magic? Can I just look at them and see?
Roll your
assess if
arcana.
they're- Okay.
Wow, 2 people pulling themselves up by their bootstraps.
6 on the
Chris
arcana.
says, must be magic.
Right.
6 on the arcana.
6? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm uncertain.
You
All right.
are uncertain.
I'm coming in to hear this, right? I'm gonna come in. Obviously, y'all see me coming and listening. I'm like, okay, and I immediately get in the middle, and I introduced. I went and investigated your shop with the explosion, and I saw a box, and this box had 3 symbols and marbles. It was clearly arcane in nature. So you own this property. I'm curious. What is this box then? It's in your establishment.
I've been trying to explain this to you. Can I please explain this to you? Every time I try to explain this to you.
While you're explaining this, can I use my healing kit on him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
No
cool. So
problem.
I'm healing you while this is
Oh,
going.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't have any money.
Why are you talking so
No
loud?
charge.
I'm giving them a look.
No, I'm not in charge.
I'm giving them a look like I'm suspect of them, like they are guilty of something right now in my mind.
Why are you looking at them like that?
They're clearly hiding something.
No, we're not.
He's trying to explain it to you, and you're looking at him like he's a full dinner. How about you stop judging and let them talk? How about
Goblins don't
that?
taste good. I'm just saying.
I know they don't.
Okay.
Oh yes, please explain.
Good, thank you. Thank you very much. I tell you what. So, Bettina and I decided we've been looking for prime property for years now. We've got some associates that we've pulled our gold together and decided that we are going to make history. So, when this property went up for auction, we decided it was time to buy. And so Bettina and I, we took these funds that pooled together by the Brotherhood, and we purchased the shop. We are going to make history for Goblin and Kobold kind. They are fist bump.
Do I recognize the name Brotherhood?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to ask them. Okay, well.
I mean, roll your history. We can try.
Okay.
You can try. You can try.
13.
No.
Okay. Then I'm just going to ask them, who is this Brotherhood? Who are these associates of yours?
Oh, well, the Goblins and Kobolds in the city. You know, we aren't allowed to have a union, but we can have a Brotherhood.
What's the difference?
I mean,
One's legal, one's not.
Like,
Semantics.
Legally, what's the difference?
semantics.
Semantics.
Yes.
Okay.
It's fine. One's legal, one's not. Thank you. We aren't allowed to, collectively bargain. We can't go on strike. But we can still pool our funds and our, power as it might be together to try and make a difference in this place.
And then maybe one day you can unionize.
Right. But don't say that out loud.
Oh no, I'm a doctor. I can get away with saying these kinds of things.
Oh, not
Can't
you.
you?
So, anyway, we bought this place. It went up an auction. Doesn't happen very often. And it went up an auction fast. That's why we got in on it quick. We live in this neighborhood, as you know. And so it was easy to get a purchase because they only posted it for 2 days and then went up an auction and we got it. And, poor Fizzle Spark, he's only been gone 6 weeks. So I don't even know why they've put it on auction, but I don't care. We bought it, we've got it, and now we're going to start a business. And we're going to fund the Brotherhood through, business. Because business makes money.
Money makes the world go round.
Does it?
No, turn of phrase.
Well,
It feels like it though.
I mean, you know stuff as a doctor, so I was just...
I'm not that kind of doctor.
Okay. Well, that's my
Usually it's
story.
the other way around.
It is.
The thing is that, so we bought the place, quick like, but Bettina and I, and he pulls out this big, piece of paper, and he's like, we found this, stapled to the door. I can't read it, but, yeah, Bettina read it for us, but you'd,
I read it.
What language is it in?
common.
Okay.
It says, notice, this property is under an order of inspection. You have 24 hours to make the property safe or it will be seized by the crown.
Oh. Well, you're pretty
And
well.
when did they buy this?
Just 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
This
But-
was this morning?
Yeah.
And how did
It was
the-
this afternoon. This afternoon. You've got 24 hours from now.
You have no idea how this explosion happened?
Well, I assume it's a dead bugger on the floor in the shop.
There's a dead bugger on the floor in the shop.
There it is.
Wonderful. What do you know about him?
What do I know about the dead bug?
Well, I mean, I presume that you've learned 10 things when you looked at him, so what do you know?
Well, I didn't actually examine the dead bug directly.
No, you didn't.
Where is the dead bugger?
Assuming I've been
Burnt
upstairs.
to a crisp.
You come down. No, everybody's
Cool.
upstairs
The
together.
fact
Oh,
that
okay.
Yeah,
it's
you're all
not
upstairs.
Otherwise, a burnt corpse.
I mean, I looked at the corpse. I mean, I took a look at him.
What did you see?
Well, he was wearing a cloak, witches, of the witch hunt, witch card, I'm calling it, the clear on it.
Witchfinder.
Witch finders, of the witch finders, and he had some coin in his pocket, and he also had a dagger, and that's really about it. He was very badly
How
marked.
close
I
are
couldn't say.
Wait, it was a witchfinder?
He was wearing the cloak of a witch finder, yeah.
Oh,
And the darkness. And
shit.
and
But Tina, we're in trouble.
Witchfinders don't belong in this
We
city.
got a witchfinder killed in us.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't do it.
it was right by that door, and I put some of the marbles in, and then
Oh,
I started
inside
hearing
check on
gas, so I just ran.
It's a trap.
Yeah, I mean, I assume so.
I got a
That's one.
14. I'm just trying to get the general.
Yeah,
feel
they.
of
I mean,
it.
they seem like they're genuinely just worried. They didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I assumed it was traps. That's why, I lived through one explosion. That was rough. That was a tough one for me. But
What did the door look like? Was it in one piece?
yeah, it was completely one piece. I
Okay.
can just tell them.
Yeah.
Transfer
Yeah. So the brass
information.
door, the 3 insets.
Yeah, and I tell them where I put the marbles and everything.
Nurse Nico, do the patients need me further?
No, doctor, we've got it just fine.
Excellent. We're off. And then
Are you off, or do you guys need a rest first? I mean,
I would-
fair being fair.
Nurse Nico was it? Yeah, I don't have insurance or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Young man, this is the
see
shambles. We
myself.
don't. Are we charging him?
No, we're not. Sir.
What?
And I get right up in his ear, and I'm like, I'm a free doctor.
Yeah, you don't have to yell.
I think he does, Mike.
Ow.
I speak at normal volume. I'm a free doctor. No charge. No charge. Accept donations. Collection box.
I thought you all knew each other.
I was checking to see that
I have no
the
idea who
coin
this
purse
guy
is
is.
still there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Is that
I
coin
just-
purse still in my shirt? I just want to make sure when he was patching me up.
Yeah,
I
here's
just,
the coin
I just
purse
saw
still
this
in your
young
shirt.
gentleman barfing outside, and I didn't want me to get blown up.
And I've met
On you?
him, but I don't know him. He calls himself the Dawn.
I am the Dawn, yes.
You
So
are.
this is everything you did. That's free.
Question of what?
Yes.
Not charging for any of it.
What would Xerxes know about witchfinders?
I accept donations.
You know the basics. You know that witchfinders
It's like a
are.
guilt trip.
So, witchfinders are tasked with finding illegal magic users, arcane magic users within the city. So, every magic user in the city is supposed to have a silver writ, which is a tattoo on your hand, which serves as essentially your contract with the city that you have paid your taxes and you are authorized to use arcane magic within the city.
Best believe I got my arcade.
Lyra is not supposed to have witchfinders in the city, though. So the city of Lyra is semi-independent from the rest of the nation, and the brokers, who are the merchants that run the city, have negotiated with the crown that witchfinders are not supposed to be in the city as long as they have their arcane users pay their taxes. And if you are caught in the city using arcane magic without paying your taxes, you have to pay a fine. It's very different. I mean, this is the economic center of the world, and they really want to encourage cosmopolitan values and trade between different cultures. And so in the city, it is bad business to have witchfinders. And so they're not allowed in the city. Outside the city, if you don't use your writ, then you have to face the witchfinders.
Which reminds me, before I leave, I inform Nico to tell our secretary as soon as she comes in to inform the constable.
Oh, right, like he'll come. All right.
So do witchfinders act as an extension of the crown? So witchfinders can do things under the authority of the crown. Is that correct?
Yeah, so their leader is an advisor to the queen, who's the essentially witchfinder general called the Silver Hand, which is because of the silver writs on the hand. And
All right. And then when I rolled an insight check, with that knowledge, I would have asked, are they scared that just the witchfinder dying, or are they also scared that something might be illegal that was caught? Can I?
oh, you can't tell that from
Okay,
the
okay.
insight. Yeah.
Okay.
It's you'd have to read their minds to know that,
Okay.
which is different.
I'm making note that there is a witchfinder there, and I'm
Yeah.
planning on taking count tomorrow.
Well, yeah. So for you, like, I mean, you know, it's you guys are supposed to be undercover, right? You're not. The only indication to each other within the city that you're a witch finder is this like silver sort of edging that you put on your clothing as sort of a signal to each other. Dark clothes, silver edging. That's how you recognize them. But typically, you know, unless you're in the know, you wouldn't recognize a witch finder in the city because they don't wear the full uniform because they're not supposed to be there.
Can I try when we get over to the building to see if there's any recognizable features in their face?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What would you want me to roll for that?
Let's get to the building. And
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do
I'm
anything?
gonna have a conversation with Dawn.
before
Now
we
that you
get there?
mentioned that he tried to open the box, I'm gonna let him know. Hey, I found the box too. I think you should.
It's not a box. It's a door.
Door, sorry.
Like a door in a wall. Like a door.
So I mentioned to Dawn that an investigator saw it, and we should try to open that because I think they're hiding something, and if justice needs to be served, we need to get vengeance on people who are doing things illegal. We should go look into it.
Xerxes, why you got a problem with
Make
goblins,
a
mate?
Very good point. But
We haven't been in the warehouse yet.
You think that
But
they're
they
doing something
seem
illegal
like-
because he's a goblin, mate? Is that what your problem is?
I don't
Make-
feel like
make
they would
your,
blow themselves up.
I don't think that's what's being said at all here.
Well, that's what's coming across, mate, so we better watch his mouth. That's all I got to
Are
say.
you guys still in front of the goblin and the kobold, or are you just
Sure,
saying, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
Can we not in front of my patients?
Do you have the ability to open the door yourself?
The man was dying, Xerxes, and you're gonna ask him to get up after he's had codeine and go open a trap door. Are you that thick in the head, mate?
Well, hey, my young ward, let's bring it down a little bit. We can get this all solved.
we didn't even try to open the door. We haven't been in the warehouse yet because so you know that it's a shop facade, and it's attached to a 2-story warehouse. It's all like, you know, pretty shitty shape, but the shop itself is fairly small, and you would assume that this is probably the door to the warehouse.
Oh, okay. That door could be the door to us that was attached to the shop.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
We haven't gone in there yet. It looked, well, yeah, it's looked. I investigated it and I figured out it was trapped, so we decided to leave it be for now.
Okay. Okay, I rolled an insight check.
Yeah.
And a 11.
She seems to be telling the truth. I mean, this is Bettina.
And,
Bettina has skills.
And in this society, magic, like magic usage, magic level, would it be normal to ward a warehouse with the kind of trapping that this warehouse
Hell
would
to
have?
the no.
Okay.
And not in the shambles.
No.
Like
It's just a toy shop.
it's a shitty toy shop in the shambles. Like, no, this is really weird. All right, so you guys, you can spend the night here if you want. I assume in your hospital. Is that the plan, or you just want to take a long rest, a short rest? What is the plan here?
I mean, you're wounded,
I'm gonna have
and
to
you're
go.
wounded, and you're wounded. I think that you should not go. You should stay here where we can monitor you and make sure you're okay. And if you're okay in the morning, you can go.
We're taking a
No,
full
no,
long
no.
rest. We're taking a
I
full
don't
long
know.
rest.
I'm asking you guys.
Well, I mean, that's what I would recommend when people are in explosions. They take long rests.
What
Is
do you
that
guys
your
wanna do?
medical expertise, Doctor?
That is in the short version, yeah.
I would trust the doctor because I'm rather hurt.
Yeah, I haven't even examined the Dawn yet.
The
The Dawn's
So
alright.
it's your first name,
Dawn.
the.
The Dawn.
The Dawn. I'm not-
Don't feed into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't encourage
Nice
him.
to meet you, though.
Oh, I met you on the road. Yes. Are you feeling better? Is your friend feeling better? I healed your friend.
Yes. Thank you so much for your help.
The Dawn.
He's the Dawn.
The Dawn.
Right, your first name's the, and your last name's Don.
No. The
No,
Dawn.
it's all one word.
You
Mr.
can-
Don.
You
No,
can,
the Dawn.
you can refer to him as Dawn,
The Dawn.
but
He's the
when you're
artist
talking to
formerly
others,
known
you
as
use
Dawn,
the
mate.
moniker the.
No, you use it with me too. I'm the Dawn.
Okay.
That's not grammatically correct.
I don't think he cares
It's my
very
name.
much.
I like it. I like it. I like it. It's
That-
good. It's good. It's
So,
good.
I mean,
It's good.
grammatically that's correct because it's the versus a. It's definite versus an indefinite article. We're
Alright.
speaking about a specific dawn. This one, you would use the.
All right. The bonfire. Somebody has put out the bonfire on the street. The stage is being dismantled. Clearly, everybody's sort of like trying to clean up the best they can. The festival of song like didn't really get started in this part of town really, and now it's already over. You know that it is. You can hear like snatches of song coming from other parts of the neighborhood and the town, but for this area, like this has been traumatic. People are just like we're out, and they're going back home.
Yeah. Are there any other injured people that didn't come to the clinic? No.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No, I mean this toy shop was sort of down. It's kind of down a side alley a little bit, facing. So you'd have to have like gone there purposefully. I mean, most people were gathered toward the center where the bonfire and the entertainment was. So it's really just, yeah.
I want to ask some more questions too.
Yeah.
I guess, first of all, I guess in Lyra, I have a question about Lyra. Could I find when someone posts a property for sale?
yeah.
Because they mention it post quickly. Is there a library, like a registry I can go to in Lyra to find out who posted
Sure.
that property?
Yeah. There's a registrar's office where they register like properties and taxes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And does the buyer have to know that, or could the person post like? Is there a do they have like when you buy a property? Can you do it like through a third party, or do you have to do you like directly with the buyer and seller know each other?
I mean, typically it's a contract between the buyer and the seller. Sometimes if a piece of property has been seized by the government, I mean, there might be a third party involved. It's hard. I mean, that would be hard to tell from the piece of paper whether or not it's a third party. But there's always a way to put a third party in. Like you can sell it to that party and have them sell it on. And I mean,
I'm gonna go to Bettina Beck. So, who do you know who owned the property before you? Who sold it to you?
Fizzle Spark.
Who?
Fizzle Spark.
Vicious?
Fizzle
His name's
Spark.
on the sign.
Oh,
Man. It says
Fizzle Spark's toy shop. You knew Fizzle Spark.
What happened to Fizzle Spark?
Oh, we don't know. He just disappeared about 6 weeks ago. He just went away.
Okay,
Left
so
a
he
shop,
disappeared is the
And the
answer.
city doesn't like things to sit empty, although usually it takes longer than 6 weeks. But they auctioned it off.
Fizzle Spark just.
Is it gone? Yeah, he just went one
Fizzle
day. He
Spark,
didn't
yeah.
open his shop.
Fizzle Spark a goblin or a kobold?
No.
I've been here 5 years. How long's Fizzle Spark been here?
Oh, probably 30 some
Okay.
years. More. Wait, long time.
And that's a Fizzle, like Fizzle and
Mhm.
Spark.
Yep. Fizzle Spark. Long time.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about that door. I'm thinking like I feel like that witchfinder knew something that we don't, and I want to get to the bottom of this because I mean it annoys me that Nico is like scoffing at the constables, but I know he's right.
Look, I really, look, if we don't make this place safe in, like, a day, damn bureaucrats, the city's going to take it away from us. In history, we were going to change the world, and then we won't. And plus all our money.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
that-
definitely like a political hit job. It
Yeah,
was-
it
it
just
was-
doesn't
So-
sound fair.
I tell you what, we don't know what's behind that door. We don't know what Fizzle Spark had in there. But if you take care of it, we'll give you. He's like Bettina, and she's back with him. 50%.
Well,
Of
no,
what you
no
find.
need, no need. We will do it for free because we just want to make sure the city is safe.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Wait just a minute.
We want to make
Sir,
sure
I
the
am
city
racked
is
with medical debt.
No,
I need to make money.
sir, no, you're not. You are under no obligation to pay me anything.
See, we do not need payment. We are here to help out each other. This is a community. We help each other here.
I
I'm
mean,
not from here.
Okay.
You're
well,
here now,
Well, let
and
me.
we welcome you as a part of this community.
You're
as
that
a part of it.
You're that fellow in the presentation. You were that magician. You were very good.
Thank you.
And you don't owe me.
I want nothing to do with that
There
door.
was a
Make
presentation.
sure that we
What?
split. You and I,
What
we will
did-
make sure that you guys get your fair
Trying
share.
to,
Yes.
you were helping
Thanks.
Dr. Beatle sell his pig fat, which
Excuse me, pig
Well,
fat?
I'm
It's
sorry,
delicious.
mister.
Have you had that stuff? It's
That-
so
That
good.
sounds delicious. I would like
It's
to try
delicious.
it.
If you get off your high medical horse for a minute, realize that some of us can't work for free.
sir, let me just ask you a few pointed questions about this pig fat.
Mm-hmm.
I just started
Does it
going over
taste
to the
good?
warehouse.
No.
Yeah.
Does it truly make people feel like they can fly?
While you guys are
Didn't make me
arguing,
feel like that.
Megara is like out.
What?
She's heading out the door.
My young neophyte, where are you going?
Oh, never mind.
Are
I
you
don't want
going
to
to
talk
check
to
out
you
the
about it.
toy
I want to
store?
talk to Beetle. And then I storm
I
off
don't
after
say
Megara.
anything to her.
I'm coming with you.
You're not affiliated with me.
I am High Scout.
So we're voting for no rest. Is that where we're going here?
I mean,
Yes.
no, short. You're right. Short rest. I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh,
No.
so right, like a 10-minute
I
short
can. I mean, we can count the argument as a short rest. Like you guys weren't doing anything
What, how much do you
physically
get in a
active.
short rest? You do it.
You
do
can
it
you can roll your hit die.
one hit die.
But
You
you
can
can
do
roll
as
as
many
many as
as
you
well.
want.
Here's a fun note. I have
Yeah.
a -1 to con, so literally I
Hell
already
yeah.
start at a disadvantage. I only have
Let's
13
see.
HP. I will get killed in one hit.
Well,
It's great.
I get my one spell slot.
Where's
Wait, you
my
get spell slot back or
calculator?
short rest?
You get some. You get
It's,
partial back on a short rest.
warlocks do.
Oh,
Wizards
Not
don't.
it, or
Wizards.
wizards don't.
I thought wizards they got a partial return. Is
Maybe.
that a
Let me
feature
double
later
check.
on?
I think you have to have
I'll
a
just
feat
thought
for that though.
Oh,
Let me
short
just
rest?
check.
No, that's
No. Oh, it's warlock.
It is
Hold on, I'm pretty sure it's a feature. Arcane recovery. During a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover up to a combined level of 2.
okay. There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
arcane recovery.
Yeah.
So I'll use arcane recovery.
Okay. Perfect.
Alright.
There you go. Always good to know your own character sheet.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody is rested-ish, right?
Yep, I'm
The short
gonna
rest.
just
So it's
go
like
in.
a 10 minute. I call it a short rest for you.
15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. It's not like,
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
yeah. I rather keep things going than have us.
Well, I
sit
can,
around for a long
I
time.
can use
Yeah.
my medical kit on you so you can get another hit die.
All right, so Megara is out the door. First one, as soon as that she's feeling a little better, she's like, "Let's go."
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna follow it, but I want to count the money in my coin purse. How much?
Yeah, you open up your
Little
coin
beetle,
purse.
maybe.
It's in there are just metal slugs. They're not actually. It's not actually money.
On the way out of the clinic, I want to just drop the whole bag into the donation spot. But not open.
Yeah.
Just drop it in there. And keep going.
How generous of you, sir.
As we're walking, I want to catch up to Megara and I just want to like give her this long-winded speech about like just battle and wisdom and stuff that she doesn't want to hear.
Advice.
Yeah, just random
Unrequested
things.
advice. Everybody
Yeah,
loves
I
that.
wanted
Yeah.
Battling.
I wanted
I would
to
be
run
glad
up
to do it in
her,
person,
too and be like,
But
I think that I could use my mage hand to avoid getting us exploded.
I would appreciate that. I think that would be a great idea, Doc.
and so like I was saying, first thing you have to do is you have to scan the environment
Chris,
and
what
make
time
sure
do you
it's
want us to take a
safe.
break?
That's what
Oh,
we have
dude,
to
it's
do.
fine. I'm also going to literally trail behind everyone and be observant of what's ahead and around, but I'm going to be behind the party.
Okay,
well,
okay.
Kind of shadows, like kind of sneaky.
All right. No, that's fine. We'll keep that
I'm
in
gonna
mind.
branch off just a
Where
little
you
bit down
going?
the alley and
Yeah.
go pee.
Okay.
I noticed that.
And then I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
have to
Right.
I'm
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a break at this
Okay.
point anyway. So we were just discussing
actually-
that.
have to go pee.
Got your
Yeah.
character's
Ratati Sim.
name.
Ratati,
You would have asked.
Ratati,
I would have
Xerxes,
I would have, yeah.
the Dawn,
Mom,
Dr. Glow, Anton,
Yeah.
and Megara.
Yeah.
Right.
The dawn. I love it.